Alright, welcome back to another Maiden video where this is in terms of just Mashiro because we're gonna read this, then we're going to read this on terms of medical. Okay. This is I'm gonna link both these in the description. So why we're concerned about Maiden's Mashiro. Also for warning in case you don't know. Discussion of sexual SA, rapid weight loss, shooting threats, sleep deprivation, the effects of sleep deprivation overwork. Sakamoto Mashiro is a 25-year-old K-pop idol, currently leader of the girl group MADEIN under 143 Entertainment, and former co-leader of Kepler, who were under Wake One. Mashiro left Kepler on August the 15th. MADEIN released her official profile shoot on August the 30th and debuted on October. No, wait, September the 3rd. Okay. In the main documentary, it is shown that the group were recording for their debut immediately after Kepler's last concert. This means that Mashiro and Yeseo were promoting Shooting Star, preparing for the Japanese concerts, and preparing for Maiden's debut all at once. Soundtrack has been recorded. Okay, there's that. Okay. Mashiro was struggling during the MV filming, which appeared to also take place during July, based on Suhye mentioning filming the outdoor scene was hot, and award show teaser from before debut picture release. The members all spoke about long practice and filming hours. On top of this, all the members had extremely hard time filming, especially Miyu, who said their body gave out before filming. All this debut prep was done within a very short amount of time. Yeseo and Mashiro had no time to rest after finishing Kepler activities before they started preparing Maiden debut and attending events. They shouldn't have been put to work this quickly, and I agree with that. During Uno's promotions, Mashiro, Mayu, and Yeseo were invited to Paris Fashion Week on September the 24th. They made their music debut on September the 20th, performed for 2 days, flew to Paris on September the 23rd, attended Fashion Week, flew back on September the 25th, and immediately promoted on a music show on September the 26th. Within 3 days, Mashiro flew to Paris, attended Paris Fashion Week, flew back and filmed early morning shows, and the members had already been in Japan debut promotions 20 days before this. They would travel to Japan at the start of October as well as to fashion dates. And there's that. Yeshiro frequently travels back and forth between Korea and Japan, as she has multiple Japanese brand ambassadors that she has to attend events for. She didn't miss any promotions during Uno, but the brand events and promotion have recently clashed. Yeshiro was also recently a radio host in Japan. She had a weekly show called Rise Up Radio. This show is based out of Japan, meaning she had to make weekly trips to record the episodes. On topic of frequently traveling, Mashiro has been somewhat frequent guest on the Japanese show Soar Snowman. She first appeared on the show as a Kepler member and has returned twice, soon to be 3 times since becoming a Maiden member. On the show recently, Mashiro stated that she only gets 2 hours of sleep per night. The cast painted this as Mashiro being a hard worker, but this is actually somewhat beyond horrific, and the main reason why I am making this thread. In the debut documentary, Mashiro stated that she was only getting an hour and a half of sleep at night. If we assume that this is the schedule Mashiro has been running on since Uno recording, she is extremely sleep deprived and has been for a while from Snowman. On average, adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night to maintain normal body function, although sleeping 2 hours is better than not sleeping at all. Mashiro lives a very lazy life, and as such, the effects of sleep deprivation will be worse for her. And there's that. Okay. Please bear in mind, I am not trying to speculate on Mashiro's mental health, but no one should be praised for actively destroying their body in this way. This is not hard work. This is being pushed to your absolute limit. 143 schedule for her will make her crash and burn. On top of this, there are people who regularly comment on Mashiro's plus chat, commenting that she's eating too much and have been doing this for years. This is so nasty, shaming anyone for eating. It's in her situation, there's where she's not sleeping, food is an energy source. It could be out of concern for eating too much, but regardless, as a schedule seems to have already had a negative effect on Shiro, although she tries to hide it, she constantly looks exhausted. I've mentioned this before, but she's also dropped massive amounts of weight in a short period of time. I know commenting on celebrities' bodies isn't the move, but this is extremely concerning. All Maiden members have lost weight in the last few months, but none of them have done it drastically as Mashiro. She's being run to the ground with the number schedules she has. During the initial days of accusation against 143, all Maiden members went radio silent except for Mashiro. Maiden Protect has a chart of all the members' social media activities, and still to this day, 143 using her Instagram to reshare their statements and content. Yeah, Mashiro was the one that shared the threatening to lawsuit anyone talking bad about MADEIN. I'm sure that they used. I think where's the post? This is the post right here, which is translated later, but Okay, the member of staff who had been accused, Lee Young Hawk, who has also seemingly been attending every schedule of mature since Gaeun, was kicked out of MADEIN. He is the background of many behind the scenes videos and is nowhere to be found in Japan, where she is not present at the moment. This was after 143 and Lee Seo-hao promised the Maiden members and their parents that he would be resigning from the company and never interact with the members again, which obviously is a lie. On top of that, there's anyone that's been harassing Mashiro with gun threats, and ever since she debuted, I believe this account was reported to the FBI during CCon as they threatened to shoot her on stage, although no action has ever been taken against them. Oddly. Please continue to boycott Maiden and support 027. Recommend has resources and emails that can be used for education and to resort to these points, which I have linked all in the description when this releases. Adding to this, when it was announced that Mashiro wasn't joining the group for his signing date, Maidis kicked off trying to trade their date for the day Mashiro was going to, sending her so much hate in the comments to the point she felt she had to apologize for being unwell. Before I log off for the night, I made a thread a few months ago about the questionable styling decision made for Maiden, which tie into why I'm also so worried about Mashiro. A few points have been brought up to me that I will be adding to this boycott Maiden. Alright, and then we go to this one, which is in terms of scientific. I'm going to be simple, but I will Cade it. Cade, who is also part of this. Okay, I'm going to be simple, but I will go deep dive into anything unclear so you can tell me. Starting with the obvious, the human body is not designed to function on a 1 to 2 hours of sleep. It should be 5 minimum. Maybe preferably 7, but Under chronic stress, the constant travel, physical exertion, and intense public pressure, here comes the first medical point I want to make. The constant stress disrupts the hypothalamic pituitary adrenaline. I don't know how to pronounce these, so I'm sorry. HPA acts the system that regulates the stress response. The APA acts controls not only your fight or flight response, but also helps determine when you sleep and wake up. Releasing cortisol at appropriate times to prepare the body for action. When you wake up in the morning, the HPA axis increases the cortisol levels, which helps energize and alert you. As the day winds down, it gradually lowers cortisol levels, allowing melatonin to rise and helping you fall asleep. Before this happen under normal circumstances. Chronic stress, like the kind Mashiro has been enduring, the HPA axis becomes deregulated. Too much cortisol is produced, not just when it's needed, but at inappropriate times, leading to insomnia, anxiety, and difficult resting. With too much cortisol circulating in the body, it prevents the body from winding down properly, leading to erratic sleep patterns and eventually sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation, in turn, exacerbates stress response, cheating, creating a vicious cycle. Second medical point, chronic high cortisol levels can also lead to weight loss. This cortisol encourages the breakdown of muscle tissue and suppress appetite. It weakens the immune system, making the body more vulnerable to illness, mental health is severely impacted as well, with increased risk of anxiety, depression, and cognitive difficulties. Psychotherapeutic systems like dizziness, chest pain, and fatigue are also common as the body is under constant strain trying to keep up with demands placed on it. Lastly, the situation can get much worse if it hasn't stopped. Prolonged stress and sleep deprivation can increase the risk of heart disease, hormonal imbalances, and long-term damages to organs and tissues. Yeshiro is at risk of falling deeper into the cycle while y'all keep praising her work ethic or blaming external pressures, all giving 1-for-3 entertainment the full power and pushing her to the breaking point. You're not supporting her, you're supporting a system that prioritizes profit over the well-being of the people it exploits, and we already know that 1-for-3 entertainment doesn't care. Same, they did not pay their staff, the same way they didn't address what they did to Gaeun, and I'm not even going into the worst case scenario here. She's being systematically broken under conditions no human should endure. And by the way, the worst case scenario is not just burnout. Yeah, Candide. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we know what the worst case scenario would be, which we don't want that. And here's another thing. This person, which I've mentioned in another video, but I'm going to bring up again. This is the person is screenshotting the MADEIN Discord, which I also have the links. This person also threatened to ask people to raid the server. So maybe if you're watching, why did you hide replies? Why did you prevent us from replying? Are you scared? And also, don't lie. We know the truth. Come on. Oh, this is a YouTube channel. Mmm. Nice. Okay. Anyway, just that out of the way. Mashiro is getting burned out to the point that it may damage her system, like, very horrendously. So, I guess pray for Mashiro. Hopeful, and also hope that this stops. All right, that's the video for today. Like, comment your thoughts on this long video on Mashiro's, I guess, bodily and being pushed to the absolute breaking point and limit. And subscribe for more Maiden related content. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye.